I am here at the Putsonderwater Nature Reserve, called after the white dunes that I've been seeing for about 40 kilometers on the way walking here. Yesterday I spent most of the day climbing the mountains and climbing the dunes and getting right up there to the white dunes to understand why I had to walk for a week from Putsonderwater, the Witstrand dunes. Putsonderwater is an interesting name. It depends on the way that you say it, what you actually mean. Because Putsonderwater means it is a well without water. When you say Putsonderwater, it means the well is underwater. So in 1880, when the well was dug, the person who dug the well didn't want to give too much notice to people around about the well, because in those days they didn't really have property rights. So he was afraid he might be thrown off the land and he might lose the well and the water. And there was good water. So when some of the farmers would ask him, "Do you have water?" he would answer, "There is a well, but it's a well without water." The Putsonderwater. So, in essence, this place has based its identity upon a lie. And until today, people would tell you about Putsonderwater that it actually should be Putsonderwater, which means the well is underwater, because when it rains, the well was dug in a pan, and when it rains, the well is underwater. So many of us live our lives based on an identity that is actually a lie. People have lied to you about who you really are. You live in a way that is not based on the truth. I asked God, what must I do? Because I had to come here. Somewhere along the route, I had to leave my motorbike. And how would that all work? So I felt that is the thing that I had to do, is to ride out to Kalahari, which is almost halfway between the starting point and the end point, and leave my bike there. So I did that. And that afternoon that I got there in Kalahari, I left my bike, and there I was, asking, "Lord, now I'm here. How do I get to Putsonderwater to start this prayer walk?" And I just felt in my heart to move towards the main road. So I started walking, and it wasn't long, and I bumped into a person that was actually one of the very last inhabitants of the town of Putsonderwater. Because today it's a ghost town. There's nobody there. And what are the odds to meet one of the last persons who lived there? So we had a long chat, and she told me a lot about Putsonderwater, how she grew up since being born there, since a child, her memories. And once we finished talking and we greeted, I felt I had to go to the main road and just take a break. So I took a break, and a long break, and after that I got onto the road again, and as I started walking, a car came past, and it stopped, and it turned around, and it came towards me, and there it was, friends of mine who live in Uppington, on their way to the R, and they couldn't believe their eyes seeing me there next to the road. So when they heard what I was doing, they said, man, we are going to take you to Putsonderwater. So in a way, my lift was organized. I just had to arrive and be at the right place at the right time so that I could have the transport to the starting point of my prayer walk. As we rode out to Putsonderwater, the girl that was driving the car told me that a few years ago I was ministering at their home church, and at that day someone ministered to her about her life being based upon lies. And how awesome that the right person was taking me to Putsonderwater, because at Putsonderwater we could pray and break all the lies that were over her life. All the lies that are over the identity of the town. All the lies that are over the identities of nations and people groups in South Africa. All the lies that are over South Africa. I slept over on a concrete slab close to the station in Putsonderwater. What a wonderful night. Every time I woke up during the night, it was quiet. And as I opened my eyes, it was just a sky full of stars. So beautiful. So I started to walk. I started bright and early because I realized it was very hot. Little did I realize there was a heat wave on the way. So for 2 days I walked from Putsonderwater to Groblershoop. I walked day and night. Someone told me it was 43 degrees. When I reached Groblershoop, I was so tired, exhausted. I felt I would just take a shortcut and come straight to the destination at Witstrand and skip one of the places that I had to go to along the route, which is called Wegdraai. But along that route between Putsonderwater and Groblershoop, one afternoon I was lying under a tree just finding some shade, and I realized I didn't have enough water, and the water that I had to use very sparingly. A man came past with a bakkie and a small truck, and he stopped and he spoke to me, and he said to me he's from the small town of Wegdraai. And before he left, he gave me ice cold water. That water was a blessing, because I could use it to cool down in the tremendous heat. That Sunday, when I was in Groblershoop, I decided to go visit one of the local churches. And in the church, I also met a person who invited me to come and sleep over at his house in case I walked in that direction. That man lives in Wegdraai, and I just knew that's part of my journey. I cannot miss the small town of Wegdraai. Wegdraai, by the way, means to turn away. So I could not turn away from the town. Turn away, Wegdraai. After almost a week's walking, I am here at Witstrand, which means white sand. About 40 kilometers from here, I could see the huge white dunes from among the red Kalahari dunes through which I've been walking for a week. I really knew there was something prophetic about why I had to come here. Yesterday I spent a lot of time walking, climbing the hills, walking over the dunes, and I found it. The essence of it is that there is a water source where water just seeps out from the white sand, and it's so plentiful that 9 farms are actually supported, as well as this reservation. And the significance of this is I started at a place, well without water, Putsonderwater, and I end at a place, water without a well. Water that just seeps. It's so abundant in the desert that it just seeps up from the ground. It is so plentiful that it's just overflowing. The other reason why I had to come here is because of the pouring sands. And I also went there yesterday. And when you step on that sand, the earth roars under your feet. And that's what I want to pray for you and over you, that if you are in a place where your well is without water at this time, I'm praying right now for you that you will come to a place in your life, that God will bring you to a place where water seeps and flows out of the ground, not even needing a fountain, just flowing out of the white sands, and that you'll be in a place where you will hear the roar of the Lion of Judah in the earth in your heart. I pray that in Jesus' name. Amen.